Spirit, can you see trade calling? Oh, Spirit, can you see him calling? Your man is coming close, and now you want to stand up and fight. Bitch, don't be mad that I stole your man. Spirit, can you see your nigga calling? Hello, boo, what's up? Oh, Spirit, can you see Trade walking? Ah! Your man is coming close, and now you want to stand up and fight. Child, let me turn this shit down because Black is King definitely is playing in the background. And let me tell you, if they catch even a note, Beyonce catch even a note on YouTube, they're going to say, hey, guess what? Take this bullshit down. They're going to say, take this bullshit down. So there's so much that I want to say about Black is King. There's so much that I want to say. So much that I want to say. Okay. It's your thoughts on No Names comments. God damn. We already there. Hold on. Let me just dissect the art first. Then we can talk about all that shit. I don't know. Like, here's the thing with Beyonce. Beyonce, and she's a fucking global superstar, ridiculously like famous. For me, Beyonce, she could have totally not done this shit. And what I mean by that is that she could have gone a completely different route. She could have gave the girls like bubblegum pop. Like she could have gave the girls a cute little, like she didn't have to dive into this world. Even though me personally, I think that it is your responsibility as somebody who has a lot of power like that and has a platform like that to just explore these topics. That's just my personal thing. So I'm happy that she is doing that. She chose to do that, but she didn't have to do this shit. Like she didn't have to do this. It would have been much easier. You're talking about Disney. It would have been much easier if Miss Mamas was just like, let me give them a cute little single ladies. I'm thinking about her career and I'm just like, after Single Lady, she could have been like, girl, she could, you know what I mean? Like she could have just completely went 110,000% in the realm of like, I'm just doing cute pop music. I'm not thinking about anything else, but I'm happy that she thinks it's important as somebody with a bunch of power and a bunch of money. I'm so happy that she is invested in spreading these types of messages, especially with the platform that she has. So, you know, and I know some people brought up some people, you know, everything's not perfect. She's not perfect. I'm not saying that, but I'm just happy that she thinks it's important to do this kind of shit. Like, it's just so inspiring to me. Also, what's inspiring to me is the fact that just her growth as an artist and her recognizing the importance of collaboration. Does that make sense? Like, you just look at the person who did fucking Dangerously in Love and all this in the first album, and you see extremely talented, you know, person who can dance their ass off, very musically aware, but then you graduate into things like Self-Titled and then fucking Lemonade, and then now you have Black is King. It's just like, I think no matter what your profession is, you would strive to be that. You strive to constantly evolve in that way. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that's what really makes me happy is that someone with such a loud voice on this planet is using it in this way. And you can critique it. That's what art is about. You can critique it. You can talk about it. But just the fact that she's doing it like this is very, like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, especially since here I go still. But you know, how integral she was in my life as an artist, and to see the things that she's doing with her voice is really fucking cool. So let's talk about Miss Black is King. So let's just talk about some of the bigger picture shit first. I really like how she decided to do it because when I'm thinking about this is going to be very technical and I'm going to be talking. It's not going to be a whole lot of comedy. I don't know. I guess I'm natural. Y'all tell me I'm natural. Whatever. So I'm just going to be talking. Whatever. Sorry. Whatever. So when I'm thinking about a big project like Black is King, and I know that Beyonce is somebody who's like, okay, if I'm going to be doing all these songs about African culture and all this shit, I'm going to need people from the continent. I'm going to need people from these countries. And she pulled not even just from people, like just the people in front of the camera. She pulled people behind the camera, producers, directors, like she pulled all those people together. So when you're thinking about a big project like that, the first thing that would come to my fucking head is like, God damn, there's so much shit. It's overwhelming. That's what it would, for me, I'm like, it's overwhelming. It's a very big project. She said she worked on it for like a year or something. So that's what would fuck me up. But I like how she grounded it. And I think that would be like grounding it in something, in a storyline or something like that. I think is key to making this shit more manageable. So what she did, at least from how I'm watching it and from how I'm seeing it, what she did was she grounded it in the story, which makes sense, of the Lion King. And she had this kid or this young Black boy. Tell me if I'm wrong. Just let me know your comments in here because I watched it 2 times. I'm trying to like think about the themes that she's been presenting and shit. But from my interpretation of it, it's like she used that Black boy, that Black kid, as like almost like I don't want to say stand-in, but to represent Simba in a certain way. But it also represents Black men or Black people in general, how you get shoved into this world and you have to find your way back, but you have to navigate it. And so that's kind of what I saw. That's what I picked up when I watched it. It's like, okay, this kid is traveling through. I mean, they even started with Beyonce holding someone else's baby. No, but Beyonce holding a baby in the beginning of Bigger. And so it's like starting, like she said, on a journey. So using this Black kid as representing Simba, you even saw him go over to like, I guess these people were supposed to represent villains or Scar in a certain way, where he goes and tries to explain, does your father know you're here? And, shit like that. And then towards the end, oh damn, that shit's bright as fuck. And towards the end, Miss Scar gets her, hold on, retribution, I guess. I don't know. So I really like how she framed the story. Nigerian, I understood. Let there be room for different perspectives. I liked it, but I understood name. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So she was holding it. I'm trying to figure out where I should even. I feel like I'm starting all over the place. I'm sorry. Child, let me just go down the list. I love Beast Visual. Did you watch Umbrella Academy yet? No. I haven't watched it yet. Oh my God, I have to watch that shit. I was like, I have to watch that shit. I was so worried about Beyonce shit. Hold on. So Bigger. Okay, when they were walking in the very beginning of Bigger, when they were walking, that shit reminds you of Love Drought when they were all walking. Even the song kind of sounds reminiscent of Love Drought when they were walking on the shores and shit. I don't know who's giving me water, baptism type of shit tease. I thought that shit was cool. Find Your Way Back. I love that glittery them fucking glittery ass outfits that she had. I was like, oh God, she looks so goddamn good. So jealous. When Jealous started playing, that's when the boy was like, he wandered into this warehouse looking thing, and the guy with the snake on his shoulder was like, okay, like, so I don't know, like that to me represented like Scar. You might be wandering into territory you shouldn't be, and I don't know, yeah, right? I'm making sense. And so Yemi, the woman who was she had on this like red frilly it just looked so good. She killed that shit, in my opinion. And then she switched it up to, it was like, I don't know if it was like gray or white bodysuit kind of thing with a big ass hat. I don't know. She killed it. She's a Nigerian performer. Did fucking amazing. Of course not. We had Now Was Cute. No true king ever dies. Our ancestors guide us through our reflection. The whole like point of this this piece of art was kind of like, she even said it though, like your beginning is your ending, or your future is your history, or some shit. So like you begin where you're gonna end. And that imagery was kind of made very plain in Other Side. I'm gonna get to that though. But hey, what's up, Tanya? Then you had Move Forever, which I fucking loved. I just, let me tell you something. Beyonce in that blue ass gown, that big ass hat, I was like, oh, fucking love it. And that was with the pool, all of that shit, the pool with the synchronized swimmers. And when they went to the club, or when they, I don't know, it's not a club, but it looked like it. It kind of looked like black light. It was very blue tones and shit. It was just cute as fuck. I love the chessboard imagery when they were dressed in black and white and they were standing on the chessboard. And then you had people talking, I think Jay-Z was talking as well, about like, it, because the black and white represented like the good versus evil kind of thing, and the balance of things. Of course, you have the whole circle of life thing. So of course it's balance, yin and yang type of shit. That shit was just, I just loved the symbolism and the imagery. And it's crazy because like after 2 watches, you still don't understand. You still don't see everything. Like you have to keep watching this shit. I'm gonna have to read other people's thoughts on it. And also even the cultures that were represented, you know, there's certain things that I just would not recognize, you know, but other people from those cultures will. I thought it was really fucking, from like an artist creative point of view, it was really fucking awesome. Like it was just really well done. You can tell that she really thought about that shit. Miss Already Sis was fucking up the choreography on the motorcycles, on them damn boxes. Okay, so this is the explanation of kings and all this shit, because a lot of people kind of have this problem with the terminology kings and we was kings and all that shit. And I understand, sometimes I understand that perspective, because it's like, okay, you know, a lot of this shit be very oppressive, the rhetoric that you be using, especially kings and ruling over people and shit. So I do understand that, but I like how the film made multiple efforts to explain what the king shit means. Because even in already in the song, it's like, be your own king, like don't let anyone come and rule your world. There were a couple of voiceovers. Let me read it. Yeah, there were a couple of voiceovers. One of them said, being a king is taking what's yours, but not for selfish reasons, to build up the community. Being a king is taking care of your responsibilities. So I really like how they framed that, if that makes any sense. Disney knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. Disney knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. Water. So for me, the thing that stuck out to me with water, like the water part of Black is King, is the vibrant ass colors of it, the purples and the blues. And I think that was when Beyonce had that long ass. She's so extra. Of course, she would be my favorite. She's so extra. She had that long ass like braids coming down. She stood on that fucking ladder. I'm like, of course you would. One of my favorite parts of this whole goddamn film was Brown Skin Girls, hands fucking down. When they started playing like Patty Cake and all that shit, you know, I should have known something was gonna go down. But you know, that gorgeous shot of Beyonce sitting with Naomi Campbell, I was like, just Naomi Campbell. I love that Lupita was in it, just because when the song came out, I remember seeing her react to it and like dancing to, I think she was in a car, she was dancing to it. Fucking love the fact that she was in it. She looked so fucking gorgeous. Blue Ivy, I don't know, Miss Mamas. Blue Ivy is here. Like she is fully like people used to say, "Oh, Blue Ivy's coming. She's coming." Okay, no, Blue Ivy's here. Blue Ivy's here. Like she's giving you all sorts of like face performance. She's like giving you attitude. She's giving you like it is so cute. I love it. She's here. I loved it. I love she seems to love the camera. She seems like she's gonna be a little performer or something. I cannot wait to see what she's gonna be working on in the future because it seems like she's like, I want to be like my mama. So I thought that shit was so cute. Now let me tell you something. This moment with Kelly Rowland and Beyonce like staring at each other, blonde and black hair looking at each other, it was so cute when they started hugging and she looked at the camera and started. I was like, oh my god, I love that. Okay, so in what is it called? Brown Skin Girls. They had like the debutantes and shit walking around. They had debutantes, and I just wanted to I did a quick Google search to just look this shit up. But like, so let me tell you this. The tradition of debutante balls dates back to about 400 years when Elizabeth I began the custom of presenting eligible young women at court. When segregation barred Black girls from participating in the cotillions, or I guess those events, frequented by their white counterparts, Black communities started their own. So that's kind of where you get that from. I thought that was fucking cool. One of the, okay, yeah, I already read that, Keys to the Kingdom. Other Side, okay, I think that Other Side is one of the most beautiful songs that has ever been fucking created, ever. Especially, of course, musically it's amazing, but when you look at the lyrics, amazing, beautiful, amazing. I love that fucking song. So then when you add the visual on top of this shit, and when you think about what the visual means, it was kind of represented the Bible story of Moses and how his ass was flowing on that river. Was it Moses? Was it Moses? It was Moses, right, child? I ain't been to church since I was forced to, sis. It was Moses. Okay, making sure, girl, because I don't know, somebody dipped somebody in some fucking river, girl, and they was skating on over to motherfucking Pharaoh's house, girl. That's all I remember, girl. So I thought that was, I'm just saying, shit. Child, she dipped her fucking kid. She like some barbecue sauce, like it was giving chicken nugget, but she sent that ass rolling onto the motherfucking river. So, but I thought Other Side was, the song is beautiful, the visual is beautiful. You have a Moses kind of thing. You have the kid, but then remember, the whole thing is about the cycle of life, how your history is your future. And so she let him go because she had to. And then I guess the other side was the heaven type of thing where she was dressed in all whites and the kids were playing and shit. And then she ended up seeing him. So she did see him on the other side. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, they said it was symbolic of her miscarriage. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. Damn. That's so true. That makes it even more profound. Wow. Why didn't I think about that shit? Damn. That makes it so deep. Damn. So I think, as far as symbolism, as far as like, I don't know, that Other Side is really beautiful. I think I'm going to keep repeating it, especially after you just told me that. Wow. Like, I'm going to watch that shit again. It was, because I saw it, I was like, wow, this is so gorgeous. Not only is it visually aesthetically pleasing, but what the story is saying is beautiful. So then, after she made my ass depressed and want to cry from fucking Other Side, she came with My Power. And that's when I started just like, ooh, I just, bitch, she chose a good color for that shit. Red. Of course, forgive me, Stan said, bitch, I had to rewind Power a few times. Hell yeah, I rewind that shit a lot. I said, bitch, I'm gonna have to watch you fuck this choreography up again. Bitch, she said, just in case you hoes forgot, I do still dance. I do still dance. Okay? And we should move that neck with the braids and shit. I said, girl, I'm getting my fucking life. The other artists as on that track did well as well. I just love, like I said, I love her spirit of collaboration. I love that she tapped all these people from the continent and said, hey girl, let's do it. Love it, love it, love it. My Power is Everything. Blue Ivy absolutely served what we needed to see. Blue Ivy served us every goddamn thing. Tierra Whack, yes, she fucking did. She did what she had to do. It's just, I love to fucking see that shit. I wanted to really go back. Hold on, before My Power started, they kind of showed how, like this particular hairstyle where people, I've seen many pictures of it, but people use, I don't know if it's clay or mud, but it's people from the Himba tribe in Namibia. They use kind of, I don't know if it's clay or mud, but they use that to like do the hair. I saw that. What else? And then the last one was Spirit. And the shit looked angelic, especially in the beginning when they had the choir singing, which I thought was beautiful. Acapella, it sounded like acapella. The choir in purple, they were singing, Beyonce was in yellow, I think. She was in yellow, the sun coming down from the window. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's just, I don't know. You can tell, like I always say, you can tell when someone is serious about their shit when they put in a lot of effort, a lot of work, and a lot of thought and research into their shit. And this is what it seems like. And that's my bitch. That's Beyonce. For Kobe, you think I do that? Oh my God. You see, this is why I said, like, you can't just watch things. I watched it 2 times, 3 times. You can't just watch things a couple of times, or things like this a couple of times and come on and just think you have seen everything. Like, you've seen everything, but you ain't seen everything. You know what I mean? But I can't wait to see more discussion about it. I can't wait. What do you think about people saying Beyonce is using Africa as an aesthetic and Black is king? And Blue definitely ate Beyonce up. Yes, she did. Beyonce's manager ate her up. So here is what I think. I think that it is worth it to have these discussions. I don't think that, I don't think we should automatically dismiss all these things that are happening, or the conversations that are happening. This is what we need to get tired of hearing about tables turning out on podcasts. I think it's worth discussing. So the only reason why I would push back against that is just because there's so many collaborators from Africa who works on this project. Does that make sense? And of course, the critiques about capitalism and all that shit, and that's gonna happen, and we should definitely talk about that. But as far as to simplify this piece of art as, it's just her using African aesthetics, I don't buy that. Yeah, I don't really buy that. I don't buy that, especially not when there's the blood, sweat, and tears of a lot of African creatives went into this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It would be one thing if Beyonce just like, it was just very self-serving, and she just came up there, didn't tap anybody from Africa, didn't do any fucking research, nothing like that, and just said, "Oh, this is Africa. This is Africa." Then I'd be like, "Miss Mamas," you know what I mean? But the fact that she purposefully, like, she included all these African artists, she tapped all these people, she tapped all these creatives. It seems like it's reductive to refer to Black is king as just like, it's just her selling African aesthetics. But like I said in the beginning of this, I'm happy that she is choosing to use her time and use her platform to create these types of statements and moments in pop culture, in culture in general, period. I'm happy that she does that. I'm happy with the way that she's doing it, because it could have been really, you know what I mean? It could have been really bad. So I also think that everyone is on, even if you pay attention to the kinds of things that she's been saying, like even including some of the, she's embracing her culture from fashion to religion. Yes, even some of the like ocean and ocean energy, like, I don't know, everyone is on a pathway to just learning more, discovering more. So I don't know, just because of the hard work she did, just because of the way she used her platform to elevate other or to elevate African artists, in my opinion, I think calling this just like, oh, an African aesthetic is very reductive. I think it was very reductive. I don't think it's about the hiring Africans and whether or not they're getting paid. I think it's about people uncomfortable with the fact that she's part of two cultures, both African and African American. Yeah, it is a very, I think a lot of African Americans walk that line of like, okay, I'm American, but there is still, how do I say this? It's like, I've seen some arguments where it's like, okay, well, y'all only I don't know. I've seen some arguments where it's like people who are African American, they show their interest in some parts of African culture, and some people are just like, well, girl, that's disingenuous. And so it's like a weird line to walk. It's like, I'm interested in learning more about my roots, but at the same time, I don't want to step on the toes of African people. Does that make sense? I don't know. I hope I'm making goddamn sense. But yeah, I do think that in our research, in our going, I don't know, people going back to roots or researching origins, I do think we have to keep in mind or the actual the current experiences of people in Africa, if that makes sense. Right? Yeah. It is difficult. Hopefully she was on Africa after this. It's not our fault we were robbed from the culture. Good afternoon. What's up? Okay. She said, Ms. Redwood, why can't African Americans explore their lost history and roots? Why does this have to get conflated with cultural appropriation? Okay, so here, let me see if I can break down, because but I see a lot of arguments that hold merit, because I've seen people be like, okay, y'all used to be like, okay, Africans in mud huts and all this shit, but now y'all, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think the whole point is, while you're doing this research, while you're reconnecting with your roots, acknowledge, if you're American, I guess, acknowledge the, I don't want to say pain, no. Acknowledge the difference in experiences, acknowledge the way in which America treats a lot of the world treats Africans. Acknowledge that while still doing your reconnecting and your research and shit. That's what I'm drawing from it. Does that make sense? So yeah, hopefully I'm making sense. I'm trying to read the comments. I feel like you're trying to say they can embrace and appreciate, but don't ignore how everyone, including Black Americans, used to treat Africans. That's exactly it. Yes, that's exactly it. Because we have to acknowledge how America has, when I say in America, United States, I'm just saying that because that's what I have experienced. That's the reason why I'm focusing on the United States. But we have to acknowledge how the United States has framed the whole continent. Especially when I was younger, it would just, even the commercials you see on TV, it would be no diverse displays of what's going on in Africa. It would be only certain things just used for propaganda, used for anti-blackness and shit. And a lot of that shit was internalized by us. So I think acknowledging the full scope of things while also going forward and doing your research and reconnecting is important. I think. Hopefully, I hope I said everything like I'm supposed to say it. I don't have Disney Plus, but I'm really loving the discussion. I haven't seen it myself, but just from this discussion alone, it truly sounds like a passion project that I would definitely support. Yeah, that's the one thing about Miss Beyonce, is that she's an artist. So, like, I don't know. When I heard her say this was a passion project, I've been working on it for a whole year, I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch the shit. I mean, I was going to watch it anyway, but I'm just saying it. Beyonce has a certain level of ambition and I don't want to call it perfectionism, but she takes pride in her art. And so I'm happy to see the efforts she went through to get this shit done. But no, the whole point also is to show that there were many heads that came together to make this possible, and it's just really cool because she seems to be focused on, she's like, I want to change how, or I want to shift how, I guess, blackness is seen globally. I don't know what she's but you could tell that she was doing this for something bigger than her goddamn self. Yeah. The same thing, were painted as thugs and okay, the same thing happened on the continent, though. African Americans were painted as thugs and vagabonds for the longest in the eyes of our continental African cousins. Well, that is, okay, so I'm gonna speak from, I will just say I have heard that argument about African Americans. Yes, that they're thugs, they're lazy as hell. Even as someone coming from Jamaican heritage, oh, I've definitely heard that shit. Definitely heard it while sitting there listening to them. As a whole, I'm a whole Black American. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think there's a lot of fucked up ass division, but I'm not passing off legitimate concerns as, oh, it's just division. No, there's a lot of division. And I think we need to listen to each other. We need to listen to each other, though. Like, you know what I mean? We all need to listen to each other to get past this shit. Because the world knows once we get past this bullshit ass division, do you know the type of shit? You know what I mean? Like, so, but that's why there's so much propaganda. That's why there's so much like, that's white supremacist talking points. That's where it comes from. They do not want to see people united. But like I said, I'm not passing off the concerns, valid concerns, as, oh, you're just too divided, you're too sensitive. No, like I think we should listen to each other, but at the same time, no, we should listen to each other, respect each other's viewpoints, and try and see how we can grow together. That makes sense. But I really think she did a good job with this shit. I think she did a good ass fucking job. We will be so powerful. Yeah, for real. Chief Podcast. Thank you, Adrian. No problem. No problem at all. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of, I don't know, you can tell when someone was born to do some shit. But I know that it was difficult. What I can't wait for is the behind the scenes. I can't wait to see, because the credits are so long. Hundreds of people involved with this project. I can't wait to see how she the choreography, practicing for that. I can't wait to see if she's gonna show it. Can't wait to see them the vision board of how they came up with this shit. What was my favorite video? Very difficult to decide that. I don't know. I don't know. I think the stand in me wants to say but it's the stand in me wants to say move forever. Not move forever. My power, just because Blue was serving and Beyonce was giving me choreography. I think that's what the stand in me wants to say. The artist in me wants to say other side, but it's just like, how do you even how do you fucking pick a favorite but that's always been Beyonce, like the quote unquote issue with Beyonce is that it's hard to pick a favorite because you see the vision she was going for every project that she makes. So it's like, that's my favorite, yeah, but I see what she was trying to do here and she did it well. But I mean, so it's weird. It's weird. Oh, I love Bigger too. That's what I'm saying. Like, sis, when that camera came in and zoomed in on sis with that white ass dress on, I was like, ah! It was just so I think it's inspiring. I think that's what it is. It's very, very inspiring. But yeah, just be prepared. There's going to be a whole lot of conversations about this, about different facets of African culture, about African and African American culture. There's going to be a whole lot of conversations, but that's the point of art, you know. Like, that's the whole point of art. Is now she's going to have the whole timeline. She's going to have the whole population talking about some shit in more depth than maybe they were a week ago, you know, or not depth. I don't want to say that, but I'm saying she's going to get more eyes on the topic. I guess she's going to get a lot more eyes on the topic. Now they said I was too short. Yeah, I was like, Miss Mamas, it was carrying my favorite way in that damn casket. I was like, huh? Miss Tina A, they were sitting all at that table. Kelly looked so beautiful. Kelly looked so beautiful. All the outfits, the dancers, the production, the little extra pieces of music and harmonies that she added onto shit. Just really, really cool. Really cool. When I saw B getting carried in the casket on Nile, I was like, no. Oh, shit. I need a video for Black Parade. You know, I watched the whole credits to see if Miss Mamas would put that shit after her. But I kind of get her not including it. I understand it, like not including a video for it, because it's just like, the gift was a pretty solid piece of work. And so she's like, all right, let's just keep it at the gift. But a stan like me would have definitely loved to see sis fuck it up to Black Parade. I definitely would have. Lupita looked amazing. Yes, she did. So I think for the rest of this video, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. Because a lot of this shit has been stressing me out, so I've been kind of trying to ignore it. But let me hold on. Let me just get Trump out there. So let's talk about Mr. Trump. Trump says that, well, I think here's what I think. I think that Trump is fucking scared about these polling numbers and shit, so he's gonna try and do everything that he can to fuck with the election. He's already fucking up the mail, right? The postal service and shit. He's fucking that shit up. He's trying to spin this push that mail-in ballots, even though motherfuckers have been using that shit since you know what I mean? That mail-in ballots they're fraudulent. They're going to lead to voter fraud. It's going to fuck up. It's going to fuck his chances up. He's mad as hell that he's trailing behind. What should I call him today? He's trailing behind. Nothing would fundamentally change Joe Biden. Now, here's my thing. when a president start talking about changing the date of an election or pushing an election back, that's why I tweeted too. So we're fucked. Like we're screwed. You talking about changing election, pushing that whole back? It's giving me very screwed tease. Now I don't want to over exaggerate. Trump does not have the power to postpone no goddamn election. You don't have the power to do that shit. But what I'm saying is he has pushed it like Corbin Blue. He's pushed a lot of other shit to the limit. I'm just like, so he don't have the power. I understand that, but just the fact that we've been in this area, we even having these conversations, is giving, yes, Stanley's giving me dictator tease. It's giving very much authoritarian tease. It's giving me very much totalitarian tease. That's what it's giving me. But he's getting a lot of pushback for even saying that bullshit, that he's going to change the date of the election, or he's trying to. He's getting a lot of pushback, even from Republicans. Even from Republicans. And when I tell you, I was so surprised. Now, I'm not going to give Republicans too. I just want to say I think Lemonade was more centered on African American history and imagery, whereas the gift is centered on African imagery. Thank you for that. And I think you're right. That is actually a really good point. That's a really fucking good point. I didn't think of that. But so I'm not going to give the Republicans too much. They're still like slightly pushing, like, oh well, yeah, man, we're rightfully concerned about the ballots that we're mailing in, but we can't go as far as pushing back the election. We can't change the dates. Imagine my surprise when Mitch goddamn snapping turtle, tortoise, old Avatar Last Airbender ass fucking turtle with the earth with the turtle on it. Imagine my surprise when Mitch McConnell ass said this: never in the history of the Congress, through wars, depression, and the Civil War, have we ever not had a federally scheduled election on time. And we'll find a way to do that this November 3rd. I was like, oh. But then Secretary of State Michael Pompeo, that's what he said, that he would not enter into illegal judgment on the fly when pressed about moving this election back. He said the Justice Department would make that legal determination, adding, we want an election that everyone is confident in. But the facts are more important than what the fuck they talking about. Mike Pompeo ass. Mike fucking Pompeo. Okay. Giving me very much Humpty Dumpty. Now, if only you would sit your ass on a goddamn wall. This is what the BBC says. Trump does not have listen to what I'm saying, because every word of this shit is important. Trump does not have the authority to move the date of the election, which is usually held on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. Listen, any change of date would need to be approved by the two houses of Congress, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Democrats obviously control the House of Representatives, and some have already said they will not support any delay to the vote. Listen, any move by Congress to delay the election into 2021 would also require a constitutional amendment. The amendment would be needed to change the dates for swearing in the members of Congress and the new presidential administration. Legal experts are saying that even if Congress did agree to delay the election, which, like I said, the House is controlled by the goddamn Democrats, even if Congress did agree to delay the election, Mr. Trump's own term as president would still expire on the 20th of January 2021 anyway, and that's under the 20th Amendment. So he can try. I mean, obviously he is. The only thing I'm just like, okay, yeah, these laws are set up and they're in place and nobody can change it. Woo, woo, woo. The only thing that's in the back of my mind, I'm just like I said before, this nigga has pushed some shit. Push it to the limit, limit. Cause he gonna rig it, rig it, rig it, rig it. Oh yeah. He's pushed it. He's pushed a lot of other shit to the fucking limit. Okay. So I'm just like, not excited. I'm not excited about 2021. I'm not excited. I'm not excited about this fucking election. Oh my God. Oh my God. Can you imagine Joe Biden in the goddamn? Oh my God. That's what's gonna happen. If that's gonna happen. Joe Biden, he's gonna forget what the Oval Office is. He gonna forget, he gonna be in the White House and forget where the Oval Office at. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm talking about I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. There's a lot of planets. There's a lot of solar systems out there. Like I said before, Alpha Centauri, she's out there. She's right there. We could even go to the center of the galaxy. There's a supermassive black hole there. We could spin around that hole. You spin my head right round, right? Spin around like a tornado, girl. We could spin around that hole. The Andromeda says she's gonna crash into us in a couple million years or some shit. I wanna run, smashing to you. We can go to Mars, but Elon Musk, musky ass, he might touch down there first. We might have to go. We might have to choose another fucking planet, girl. I don't know. Elon musky ass. You want to be around Muskie? I don't be around Muskie. I don't want to be around Muskie. I think he trying to claim that shit. Can you imagine? That's why I liked watching The Expanse, the TV show, because we're gonna still be fighting. We're gonna still be fighting. We're gonna be still blowing up planets. We're gonna be still tossing moons at each other. We're gonna be still tossing asteroids and shit at each other. Even if we move to different planets and shit, we're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fucking fighting. I hate humanity, girl. It's so trifling. It's so trifling. So trifling. I hate it. So trifling. Girl, let me tell y'all something. They coming for y'all, girl, Ellen. They are coming for y'all, girl, Ellen. They're coming for your girl, Ellen. And it was, she should have, I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. They're coming for y'all, girl, Ellen. They had this whole report about Kevin Lehman or something like that. He's a producer there. There was a culture of sexual violence in the workplace. Girl, they are coming for Miss Girl. She put up this whole apology. I didn't know this shit was going on. I'm just like, there's people spreading misconceptions about me. Misconceptions about me. Misconceptions about me. Girl, these fucking journals and these newspapers and shit, they're like, girl, if you have any information about Ellen shit, just contact us. We ready to report. I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, girl. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think the floodgates just barely creaked open, and we're gonna find out more and more information. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say on Miss Ellen. What else? I had something else I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about this. Ooh, this is a little touchy. Should I? Oh, well, really quickly, there was Brian Breeding from B5, and he came out on Instagram saying, hey, girl, I haven't received no fucking money from my albums, from selling my albums. The only coin I've been seeing is from me doing performances. And he at Diddy at that shit. And at this point, we need to do a documentary. And that's what people are saying on Twitter. We need to do a documentary on Diddy. We have to do one. We have to do one. We have to do one. We have to. Sis has fucked over so many careers. Why don't you see? The reason why it really fucks with me that when artists don't get paid is because artists want to focus on their art. Like they want to focus on, that's all an artist wants to do is take the craziness that's in their minds and pull it out of it and display it on to the world and display it for themselves or to the world. That's what artists want to do. They don't want to worry about goddamn money. They ain't really like real true artists. They have to be business people sometimes because of the way the world is set up. But artists ain't, they don't want to worry about nobody money. They don't like they just want to do what they fucking love. And here comes, especially, and to me, I don't understand as you, Diddy, as executives, period. When you have these young kids coming in these industry, young as fuck, the first thing on your mind is like, oh, let's see how we can exploit these motherfuckers. Like I don't. But like I said, Elijah Carter, I love you so much. The world needs you. Oh, stop. Thank you, Elijah. Love you too. But yeah, it's just really unfortunate that these artists have to worry about that shit. And everybody did, you know, the most famous comeback for that is you need to read your contracts. You need to read your contracts. Of course you need to read your contracts. Like, of course you do. But to go out of your way to put these people, to put these young artists in vulnerable positions is so fucking whack to me. That shit is whack. That's garbage to me. But some people, they can't, money means everything to them. And like I said, money is very important just because of the world we live in. We got to pay bills. But some people will lose all their fucking humanity, their empathy for just another green piece of fucking paper. And it's like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? If that's the legacy you want to have, boo? Some said white man paperwork. Stop it, Aaliyah! Ooh, Stanley said, I saw a Facebook post that said that Black men deal with trauma by trying to become rich. Damn. All right, I'm not gonna run my mouth for too long. I'm already on this bitch 52 minutes. But the last thing I want to talk about is this Billy Porter thing that has kind of been, it's actually really disappointing to me because, okay, so apparently a year ago when Billy won his Emmy, he was being asked about like, okay, yeah, you have your win. What do you say? Because there's a conversation going on about the girls on of polls and how they're not being acknowledged, they're being ignored. And essentially he said, I'm paraphrasing, this is not verbatim. Essentially he was like, well, you know, I got it. There's always a next time the girls are still on the show, they'll get their shine. I don't entertain negativity. We don't go down that route. I'm just like, that's disappointing. So, but that was a year ago. I'm surprised I didn't see it. I think it's coming up now because Billy Porter just put up an Instagram post that was kind of like strange. I don't know. I just didn't expect him to say things. I don't know. It wasn't anything outright crazy, but it was just very much like, oh, well, my win is their win too. My win is y'all's wins. I love y'all girls so much. And it's like, nah, that's not gonna. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that shit. Latino. That's, for me, I'm just like, that's not really gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it for me. It's not gonna cut it for me. It's just not. And some people are like, oh, well, you know, you didn't have to ask him that when it was his win. And he's waited so long for this and blah, blah, blah. I know Billy has waited long as hell for this. I know that, but it's just like, it felt, in my opinion, it kind of felt like he was just like, move their ass out the way. I got my trophy and that's it. Someone said, reminds me of RuPaul. Well, that's what the energy that came off of that. That's how it reminded. That's what it felt like. It's just like, move out the way. I got my shit. They're gonna be okay, but I got my shit. I waited 20, 30 years for this. But for me, in my opinion, I'm just like, if you as a black, cis, gay man waited that long for this shit, how long do you think black trans women are gonna? Okay. You know what I mean? For me, it would have costed nothing. In my opinion, it would have costed nothing to just be like, you know what? And it would be very powerful too if he was the one who had the Emmy in his hand, was at the mic and said the shit like, you know what? It's been a consistent problem in the industry where LGBT people, but specifically black LGBT, black trans women are looked over and they devalued. I would love it if my sisters got the same shine as I did. Boom. That's it. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? It just like, it didn't seem too complicated to me. It's just, you know what I mean? He didn't have, it's just, I don't know. But some people, I don't know. Sometimes some people draw their self-esteem from certain things. And when you try and maneuver, when they can't maneuver away from it, and I don't know. I'm not gonna try and psychoanalyze somebody, but I just, coming from someone who I was like, oh my goodness, I loved every time he hit the red carpet. He was just really out here trailblazing. It was disappointing to me. I was like really sad to see it. Really sad to see it. It costs nothing to uplift others. Exactly. So yeah, that's really all that's going on. I'm really about to get off this shit because I need to watch Umbrella Academy. Them girls, I didn't see too many tweets about it, but I saw them girls said that this season is better than the last one. And when I tell you I'm getting ready to see my husband. His name is Klaus. Okay. Rest of y'all can back off. Not sure why you thought that was acceptable to come and talk to my man like that. Getting ready to see my motherfucker Klaus. Okay? Klaus. Team Klaus. Okay? But yeah, I'm about to go. I just want to say this real quick. My friends, Tony and Ocean and I, we was making some fucking music. And like I said, I'm gonna take my time with this one. I'm gonna take my time with this project, so expect it closer to the end of the year. But when I tell you this shit slaps, when I tell you this shit slaps, when I tell you this shit, Adrian is king. No, it's not gonna be Adrian is king. No, it's not gonna be that. But this house, it's not too. I'm not gonna lie to y'all right now. It's not too much vocals. I'm giving you like pop kind of vocals. If I give y'all vocals, but I've been working on the bars, bitch. You know what I mean? You know my bars, both, bitch. This is a big flex. It's giving what needs to be gave. It's giving what needs to be gave. The production is coming together. Like I said, I wrote everything already. We in the process of laying all this shit down. I'm coming. But I'm not gonna tell y'all nothing. I'm not gonna tell you the concept. Oh, get your life, King. You are beautiful. Thank you for existing. Thank you, Christine. I'm not gonna tell y'all the concept. There's a whole concept behind it. There's a whole Can you taste the flavor? Yes, I'm coming. But yeah, that's where my head is right now. But yeah, I hope that y'all have a great weekend. I love y'all so much. Make sure you check out Patreon. What you call it? Podcast episodes every week, early videos. You already know it, articles, all that shit. Thank you, Anna. Y'all have been so sweet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter to see me run my mouth. I'm probably going to be running my mouth about what's the name of it? Umbrella Academy. Love y'all so much. I will see you all probably next week, early next week, Monday. Bye.